Bang. What is up, Internet? I'm sitting here with Cody Shelton and Sky Moiseichik. Cody, how you been, man?
I've been good, just training hard.
Yes, sir. Sky, you doing good, brother?
Yep, great. Nice to be here.
Awesome.
Thanks for having me.
Man, we really appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and start with you. Uh, you're not just a legend locally here in Alabama. You know, you've been kind of all over the country, and I think a little bit all over the world, correct?
Uh, Puerto Rico. I've fought a bunch in Puerto Rico. It was nice. It was fun.
That's crazy, man. What was that like? Pretty over there?
Oh yeah, it's great. My daughter's over there. Like I have a great team in Puerto Rico. I had lots of good fights over there. Like Puerto Rico's great. The people are amazing.
That's awesome, man. Cody, you fought a bunch of tough people for the AFC. Anytime we've matched you, for the most part, uh, it's been pretty hard matchups. What's it like to you getting to fight another Alabama legend?
I mean, it's always exciting. Sky's a legend. I remember when I was young coming up to the AMI team, like Sky was like one of the top guys. He was one of the first in like this southeastern region to make it to a big show. Like he fought on Bellator. He's always like been a big name in the southeast. So I mean, those are the type of fights I want. Like I want to fight people that have been somewhere, not just like some can. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Sky, I remember the first fight I ever had. It might have been the second, but I remember you walked in off a weight cut, and we were kind of sunk in, and you told, I remember you telling the promoter, the picture takers, you was getting ready to have your picture took, and you said, no, 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 not yet. Let me go get some oil in my hair. Let me go wash up a little bit first. That's just a memory I have of you, man. What's it like, knowing that you're a legend in the state, knowing that you're a founding father in the state for the sport? What's it like knowing that realistically, when we're talking about fighters in Alabama, you should be on Mount Rushmore because you've been there. I was 15, and you were active before that. What does that mean to you?
Um, just happy to have this longevity in the sport, being around and still doing it. I feel like I'm one of the only people that actually love to fight. Like I actually love to fight. I feel like a lot of guys love what's around fighting. They love to do the interviews. They love to get their hand raised. Is I actually love to be in a fight. Like that's my spot, and I feel incredibly blessed that I've been able to do it for so long and that I get to fight guys that are on such a high level that I'm still getting to fight the best. Back when we first met, Sammy was putting me up against the best amateurs. There's, the absolute best amateurs that were around, and I'd be able to fight them. And now I'm a pro and I'm getting to fight the absolute best guys outside of the UFC. Um, and I feel really blessed as for that, for the opportunity. I never thought that I'd go as far in the sport as I did, and I feel incredibly blessed to still be a part of it. Oh, it's always been just something extra in my life, if that's just enhanced it, and I really feel blessed to be able to do it and to go and now fight what I think is the best guy in the weight class in Alabama right now. I think that Cody's the best 155er, and I can't wait to show out and show what I can do. Oh, I never have a bad fight. Hey, so the fans are in for another great fight.
That's awesome, man. Cody, what does that mean to you, knowing that he thinks you're probably the best 155er in the state?
I mean, that's an honor for real. Like coming from someone like Sky, it's like I've been wanting this fight for a long time. One of the first memories I have of Sky's as an amateur, I was like young. He fought like I think two title fights in one night. That's fucking insane. And then I remember I was on the when he fought Chase Hooper, who's in the UFC now. He fought Chase Hooper. Hooper's like last fight before he went to the UFC, I think. But
Yep.
and I was on that AMI card for that. And I remember talking to him after and was like, "Man, when I go pro, like it'd be an honor to fight you." And I, we've tried to make it happen 2 other times, but one time it was stuff with the commission, and well, last time it was stuff with the commission too. The show got canceled, and we were still gonna do like a combat jujitsu match since we couldn't fight, but shit happens. But no, it's an honor. Someone like Sky, like having those words, it's definitely appreciate it.
Awesome, Sky man. On the two titles in one night. When we get into the sport now, when I say like we, I just mean like everyone in the sport. I don't put myself on the same uh level as you and your accolades and things like that. But I have at least fought a couple of times, and when we get into the sport, we want to believe that we're cut out. Like I'll fight everybody anytime, anywhere. I'll fight twice in one night. I'll fight 3 times in one night. I'll fight whatever we got to do. How, man, tell us about 2 titles in one night, man. Give us a little breakdown of that. I think that's a cool story. That's very, very neat to me. I wish I don't have one belt, let alone 2 in one night, man. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, that was an interesting story because I was set up to fight the 145 title, and I'd made weight for 145 of the night before. I went out, and right before that fight, I knew that who was it? Was it Neil that got hurt? Anyway, the 155 guy that was going to fight, they slipped and busted his head open in the bathroom. So he wasn't going to be able to fight. And that happened 5 minutes before my fight. And I just told myself, I was like, this is my opportunity to do something special. I'm going to go beat this guy as fast as I possibly can. And then I'm going to get on the mic and tell him that I'm going to fight this 155 title holder. And then they're going to be stuck and they're going to have to do it. There's no way that they can say no if I go out here, bust this guy up real quick, and then get on the mic and tell them that I'll fight it. So I didn't ask anybody beforehand. I just knew that the 155 guy was out. So I went and won that 145 title fight in under a minute. Went and just did it as quick as I could. Under a minute, finished him with a submission. And I just got on the mic and was like, I'm going to go and fight this 155 title. And the promoter was stuck after that because there's no way they can tell me no after I got the whole crowd hyped for it. And then there's no way this guy who's the champ at the division above me can say no to it because what the fuck does he look like if he says no to it? So I got on the mic and said that. And then called out a whole different person too. I was ready to fight everybody.
Oh, that's beautiful, man. That's so cool. That's so cool. Cody, man, he's 2 belts one night. He'll fight everybody. He's fought everybody. I know you've watched film. I'm just gonna ask to be kind of honest about. Like I'm gonna be upfront about it. There's no point in lying, and you don't have to say yes or no truthfully. Is there any nerves to the matchup? Is there any extra nerves because of that? Knowing what kind of dog he is, things like that. Is there anything that maybe makes you a little nervous about what you're getting into, or is it just like it's just another day at the office?
I mean, like, there's always that nervousness of the unknown, I guess. Like, you don't know what's going to happen. But I really don't get nervous like most people do until, like right before you walk out. And when you get in there, it's just like you, like, get in the zone. But I'm not really that nervous for it. I'm just more excited because I feel like I've been training for this for, like, over a year, to be honest, because we were supposed to fight last October, and before that, we were supposed to fight too. So it was like we've both been getting ready for each other for a while now. So I mean, I'm not really that nervous. I'm more excited for it. Not to sound like cocky or anything like that. Like I'm excited to be able to, like, share the cage with someone like Sky and, like, prove like I'm on that level, if that makes sense.
Yes, sir. Sky, you mentioned Neil. Neil's actually fighting on this card too. I think that's a guy that more than paid his dues, and maybe this is just me talking candidly. I think maybe I'm not saying people should babysit your career, I just think maybe, he always showed up tough. You know what I'm saying? He would fight everybody, and he would do it kind of tough when he did it. He took some licks. I think that's a guy that had it been a different timeline, had there been managers more prominent and stuff. I think he would have had a little different career overall. That being said, do you think Sammy Collingwood's show was UCF, correct?
Yeah,
Man, we
yeah.
got you. We got Neil Powell. I don't think we have anyone else from there. But as far as like timelines go, that's a pre-athletic commission group of athletes, man. Does it feel like maybe it could be a little bit of a UCF reunion, maybe a little bit of an old guard kind of putting their stake in the ground and saying, no, this is where we make our stand, or what does that even a thought to you?
Um, no, I don't stay stuck in the past about things. I think Neil's a great guy, and he like me does it because he loves it.
He really does.
Like it's a whole different thing if you base your life around it, and this is your whole be all and end all. For me, fighting something that I love to do. I don't play video games. Like I, this is my extracurricular. This is my hobby, my exercise, is my extra thing. But I've got the whole life, and I know Neil does too, where we got everything else in our life going on, relationships, work. I'm trying to do what you're doing. And as far as starting a show, I did a ton of shows last year. After this fight, I think that I'm going to get into doing more promotion of stuff. So, um, I I really had a great time. Sammy Collingwood did a great job with UCF,
Yes, he did.
but I'm looking at the next thing. I'm really excited about this whole thing. I love the AFC look, the logo, the fact that we're selling out the place.
Hey,
I'm gonna have to get one of those hats. That's
let's go. I
man,
got you. I got you.
like
I got you.
I love it. I'm just really feel, like I said, just blessed to be able to still be healthy. Like the only thing that I've got going on with me is some back pain when I go to bed. But what dude over 40 doesn't have some back pain?
Yeah,
Like I keep it looking good. I wear my ear protectors so I don't have that cauliflower ear. You can't tell that I've had over 50 stitches in my face is through all these fights. Like sometimes I feel like I just heal up like Wolverine, and so like I don't ever worry about pre-fight because I've already been through it, and I just from the first one I never got those nerves. In my first fight, I went to Fight Invite in Alabama. In Alabama was my first fight. Hey, and they had us show up at 8 a.m. and weigh in. Had us come back at 3 p.m, find out who we were going to fight, and the fight started at 7 that night. Hey, so like I was not nervous at all. 2 hours before the fight, I see my opponent just doing jumping jacks and like a full workout in his locker room. And I'm like, what the fuck? He was so nervous. And then he went out and proceeded to beat me up for 8 of the 9 minutes of our fight. And he's walking forward just exhausted, hands down from beating my ass. And I threw a head kick and knocked him out. So since then, I've been really hooked. Like I wanted to fight before, but after that first win, I've been hooked.
wow,
I love doing it.
that's
And
beautiful, man.
so, and then
Well,
I had another fight where I got really beat up, sent to the hospital, and they gave me a bunch of morphine, and man, that feels great. So even if you lose the fight, you're all right.
That's wild, man. Cody, you've got to, like I said before, you've got to fight a lot of big names. You've got to fight a lot of local legends, man. Sky really is, in my opinion, I think Mount Rushmore of the sport in the state. He's right up there with everybody else that has a right to be there. Right, as far as founding fathers go, he gets to go on that Mount Rushmore. Um, how do you feel he stacks up against past opponents that you've had?
Um, I mean, I feel like he might be as far as matchup goes. He's probably the hardest matchup. I think we both kind of are for each other. Um, because everyone knows I'm a wrestler. He's a jujitsu guy. So it's like maybe my best chance isn't taking him down to the ground because that's where he's good, but that's also where I'm good. So it's like I don't know. It might be instant what's where we're like banging it out for all the rounds and stuff. Like I think it's gonna be a tough fight. He's definitely like one of the most durable fighters. Um, he's never been knocked out. I don't think he's ever been submitted. Uh,
It's insane.
the only way I've ever seen him been stopped is like usually a BS TKO, like stopped early. But it's I'm preparing for a war. Like I know it's going to be a tough fight regardless, but those are the fights I get excited for. It just motivates me to train more.
Yes, sir. Sky's similar question to you, Sky. You fought like I mean everybody, and you're always fighting somebody that's about to go to Bellator or to the UFC or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Uh, how do you think Cody stacks up against all those people that you're consistently fighting?
I think this is a tough fight for me because I'm going up a weight division, and these other guys have been absolutely monsters at their weight division, 145s, and not going up to 155. So I think the challenge for me is having a bigger opponent, and I think that he's not quite at the level that I had to face with Chase Hooper. You see that Chase has only lost one fight in the UFC now. Um, I I think that Cam Teague is probably the best 145er in the world outside of the UFC. He right now he is just a killer. And then I went to a decision with Juan Porta, but he was a 125er that came up to meet me at 35, and he just awesome opponent there. So I think that Cody's probably better than most of the guys that I fought, but those three guys in particular were really good. And then I fought Dominic Cruz's wrestling coach in Bellator and went to a decision with him, and he came in 7 pounds overweight. So he outweighed me by 30 pounds. So I think that was a particularly tough fight for me because of that. But really, in the Chase Hooper fight, they stopped it early. I feel like that was a really BS stoppage. In the Cam Teague fight, I think they stopped it early. That it was a really bad stoppage. Not that those guys aren't great. They were both winning the fight when it was stopped. But like I said, my first fight, I just got beat up and beat up and beat up. And one strike changed it all. So I let me fight. When I've talked to the commission here, I've requested referees that will let the fight happen because I can take damage. You're not knocking me out. I've been submitted twice in my career, but both times that I've been submitted, I went completely to sleep. I do not tap. Like, you don't see me tap. I'm going to go to sleep. If you put me in a choke, I'm not going to tap out to it. Like, I'm there for a fight. So, like,
And that's a
it,
big part of the game, man. They do have to they do need to let people work. I'm throwing Cody back in here. They do have to let people work. They kind of got a hard job, you know. They don't want anyone to get hurt, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But it's like you said, man. If you get dropped, like you signed up for this. You've got a lifetime career of this. Like you've really made a career out of this. Things of that nature. So I do think sometimes the refs get a little overzealous in their stops, and I think sometimes we've seen some late ones, and I think I think the referees, from their point of view, they would rather be early than late. But also, man, like some of these guys, like I guess your goal is still to you're wanting to go back to the UFC or Bellator or ONE FC or something, correct, Scott?
no, no,
No,
I just
you're
no.
just digging it.
I just I don't have a goal other than to enjoy these fights. I'm 47 years old right now. The UFC is not going to sign anybody my age. It's just period. I could go on a 10 fight win streak versus all their best guys. They're not going to sign somebody my age. They're looking for the next guy. Hey, and I keep fighting the next guy. Hey, and I've come up short, but I really don't like the fact that these are professional title fights. Like, let me keep fighting. Like these fights are stopped. Cody alluded to it earlier. Like these fights that get stopped. This Cam Teague fight, this last fight that I had, I hopped right up because he didn't hurt me. Like he wasn't even hitting me. He like the punches he was throwing were hitting me in the arms. I was completely covered up. There was no reason to stop the fight. So these professional title fights, it's I feel like they need to give them a little bit longer. These amateur fights, these got referees who want to protect people, protect these amateurs. But professional fighters stopping it without even a warning. Uh, and you look at some of my other fights where I was getting beat up on, I come back, Oh, like I I've got a lot of cardio. I've got good cardio. Oh, like let me fight. Hey, like so, and I think that's what the fans want. The fans want to see a great fight. Hey, like, don't stop guys who aren't done. And yeah.
I agree. I think that's incredibly well said. I think I think the refs that we've got right now, I think they're ready. I think they're excited to let people work. I think they're ready to keep everybody safe, but I think they are going to let everybody work. I really have to believe that. I really want to believe that. I'm excited about the fight. I know that. Cody, how long have you been doing this now?
So, well, I've been wrestling since I was 7. So, like total for a while. My first fight was like 2011. I was still in high school, and my off-season wrestling coach Scott Jennings had his own promotion, ECI, and I started training MMA with him for a little bit, and I took times off to get ready for like nationals and stuff for wrestling. I came back, started training with him. He's like, "You're fighting this day." And it was like in a bar called the Bench Warmer. It's not even there no more, but you had to be like 19 to get in. I was like 16 or 17, and it like I wasn't even old enough to be in there. This was like a little before the commission, and it was like it was wild. And the
Go
dude
ahead.
the dude I fought first, he was like it was my debut, and he was coming off like a 6-second knockout. And I know my parents were there, and they announced he had like the fastest knockout in Huntsville. And then they were like, you could see their expression on cameras, like, "Oh shit!" Like, and then afterwards, they were like, "This is the last time you want to do this, right?" And I'm like, "No, I love this." But
Ha!
I've been doing it since high school, honestly. Even before like really training, whenever that Never Back Down movie came out,
Oh, bro.
I had like a wrestling mat in my friend's like garage, and we used to have like some underground fights over there. Like people from school and stuff would come over there and have little brawls. But so I've been doing this for a while, like wrestling since I was 7 all the way up till now. Like it's It's pretty much like my life, to be honest with you.
Yes, sir. Where would you rank Sky? Where do you put Sky if you're building a Mount Rushmore, Cody? Where are you? Who's making the Mount Rushmore? We'll give you five. We'll give you five names in the state. Who are you putting up there? Fighters only, not promoters, not just fighters. Give me five fighters for the Mount Rushmore that you got in the
Is
state.
this as far as like talent goes, or is it
Ha-
like
Paving the
contribution
way,
to the sport?
talent, contribute to the sport. Contribution to the sport to me is a huge thing. All of it. Give me five names.
I definitely put Sky up there. Um, Let me see. I feel like probably John Salter would have to be up there because I think he was the first person from Alabama to make it to the UFC. Uh, Talent wise, I think Eric Anders would have to be up there. And man,
Marcus Brimage and Sammy Collingwood. You know,
Yeah,
Sammy knocked out the strongest man in Russia.
he did. I
oh
remember
yeah,
that. Now, with him saying those names, Sky, what does that mean to you to be listed with those names? And it's a two-parter, right? Knowing that you've spent a huge amount of your health and your time, et cetera, building a career, helping grow the sport. How would you like to see the sport look? Let's say 5 years from now in our state, right? We know it's good in Chattanooga and yada yada, and they're getting to do all this, and they've got everything going pretty steady. How would you like to see the sport, knowing that you've put so much time into it in our state?
Oh man, y'all getting me in this trapping question,
No.
Sam. Man,
Just how would you like to see it look?
bro, like you guys know this, but not everybody knows. Like, I got a big problem with the commission right now.
I didn't know that. I mean, I
Oh,
kind of know. Yeah, I kind of know.
like I was signed for the fight the first time when there was no way that they were going to give me a license anyway. They told me I had to have all my medicals in 30 days pre-fight. Well, I didn't get signed to the fight until 3 weeks before it. So I have all my medicals 2 weeks before the fight, and they won't accept it. And then the next one, they have everybody there. I got my cup on, my mouthpiece in hand, ready to walk people out to the cage, and they go and cancel the whole event, and nobody gets paid. Like, and from what I've heard, they're still going to allow the guy to have a license and still throw fights, even though he had a whole event. And I spent my all this money. It's not free to come up from Florida. I paid for my own hotel, paid for all my medicals, all this, expecting to get paid after the fight, and they don't pay. Like, thank God this isn't like a huge deal for me, and I got a great support system that takes care of me. So it wasn't a huge deal, but it was kind of upsetting. And then this one, I've got like a lot of medical expenses. I spent $310 yesterday for a cardiac stress test that's completely unnecessary. Like, I'm going in and I'm training and doing in 5 to 10 5-minute rounds in practice, and now I got to come and take a cardiac stress test that's costing me $310 out of pocket. Like, I got to get a dilated eye exam. Like, I understand getting the blood work. Like, we're protecting the fighter that we're going to fight. But other than that, they need to get rid of this extras that they're making guys go through. The worst part of the fight, for me, was doing the MRI. Like, I had to go and be still for 10 minutes while they got this thing zooming around my head to make sure that I'm good to fight. Like, I understand them wanting to keep fighters safe, but to up everybody's expense
It
is,
makes it hard. It makes it really hard.
yeah, like I don't see why it's necessary, and I think that it's holding people back. When we were supposed to fight before, I called up the commission and I asked them if we could have the same ref that was the ref for me and Devin Adams. If you remember that fight, that was absolute banger. And
Insane.
that, yeah, and that oh my God, what's his name? Lloyd Burke, I
Uh,
think it is.
yeah. Lloyd Burke, man. Lloyd Burke, straight up pioneer, man. Go ahead.
Great referee. The state will not give him a referee's license to this
Why not?
day because he was involved in, well, the excuse that they give was that he was involved in unsanctioned fights. Well, you gave me a license, you give Cody a license, they gave you a license. We were all part of unsanctioned fights. Nothing about unsanctioned is illegal.
Yeah, it
You
wasn't. It
know?
wasn't sanctioned here yet.
Oh, and the reason that I was fighting unsanctioned was because I couldn't fight in sanctioned states. It's, one of the things that people don't realize is I went pro too early. I fought in the XFC when I was still a white belt. I had no business fighting. I got choked out in 51 seconds in front of thousands of people in the biggest arena in Tampa Bay. And after that, nobody was offering me pro fights. And any pro fight that I was going to get offered was just going to be sending me to the Wolves. So I went back to Alabama where there's no commission, where it's legal to have fought a pro fight and then go back and fight amateur fights, and was able to do that. So I wish that they would change the rules nationally for people to where if you fight pro, but you don't fight pro for another, say, 18 months, then you can go back and fight amateur again. And, something like that would make sense for people. Like, there's a lot of guys who get thrown into bad fights for their first fight, which was exactly what happened to me. I went 3-0 as an amateur, thought that I was good, and then went and fought a guy who had a lot more fights than me, and was completely not ready for it. And thank goodness we had no commission in Alabama to where I could go back and fight some amateur fights. So I would like to see Alabama make it easier and less expensive to have fights, like all of these places are ready for fights. They want fights. As I see that you've sold out all the tables. It's like all the good seats are already gone, and we're gonna have a complete sellout there in Rainsville. So, like,
Middle of nowhere.
and there could be many more pro fights coming, but it seems like the state doesn't want to work with people. And I don't want to say things bad because the conversations that I've had with John on the head of commission have been very good. He's always been very nice, very professional, returns my calls, seems like a good guy.
Seems awesome.
But
It's still expensive.
But at the same time, like, who's pulling his strings? Like, why for a guy like me is there literally $1,000+ in medicals? Like, that it makes no sense. And then I don't know what all of your costs are, but I think that if they could lower costs for promoters, we could have more fights, build the sport even bigger, bring more fans, because who doesn't like a fight? Like these things, they should be getting huge. The sport should be growing as fast as it used to, and it's not anymore. Well, I'm seeing BKFC push combat sports to the next level and bring in more fans now, and MMA not bringing in new fans. I don't see new fans coming into MMA like they were when I started, like they were 20 years ago when the UFC was really pushing to expand. And I wish we could see more of that.
And I think that's incredibly well said. And I think you're right. It is like just full disclosure, man. We're spending 30 grand on the show, and that's before we even pay everybody. It's 30 grand. I can show you the numbers till I'm blue in the face. We're spending a chunk of change, man. Like, and I would much rather some of that 30 grand go towards the athletes. Like I'm doing this as a hobby. I love mixed martial arts. I love the sport. I want to see the sport grow in my state and really blow up again the way it can be. And this show, I think, it's going to be a huge push towards that. I really believe that. I know what we've got on the card, and we're just going to have to keep the ball rolling. But I'm not just planning to do shows in Alabama now. Everyone knows we're branching out into Chattanooga, Tennessee on October 24th at the Chattanooga Convention Center. But we're going to Chattanooga because I got friends in Chattanooga. We love Chattanooga. We want to grow and expand and have more shows. But Tennessee right now is kind of like not the Wild West because they've got a great group of people working and stuff. But it's like a gold strike, a gold rush, because everyone's realizing, hey, we can go do shows over here and not spend, $30,000 to do it. Now, I don't know exactly what they're spending, but there's a reason that you see 10, 15 different promotions popping up over there. And then over here, we're blessed and we're happy and we got great promotions, but it's two or three trying to get a foothold in and do it. Full disclosure, though, we're spending $30,000. And man, if I was a rich guy, I can write that off and make it make sense if it's something I'm passionate about. But I'm a white dude in DeKalb County, with four little girls and a wife. And, we live on granny's land. So, man, $30,000 is just a crazy, crazy number to me. And I think what you said was very well said. And I think John and Tiffany and all them, the new group in is great. But I think one thing that would help is if we had a member on the board. I think whatever the board is for mixed martial arts, I think we should have one person that goes to bat for the promoters, right? Because some promoters are kind of scummy. We've all seen the movies. Every promoter's a bad guy. And I think you should have one guy on the athletic commission that goes to bat for the athletes. And then it's bang, bang. It's good. It's not just one group saying, hey, this is the way it's going to be, yada, yada. Then you've got everyone kind of getting looked out for. Cody, you've spent a lot of time in your career. You've been around a long time. How would you like to see the sport look in 5 years?
I definitely want to see like one of the big shows. Like, you talking about see the sport in Alabama or
Yes,
in
yes,
general?
yes. In Alabama.
I'd definitely like to see the one of the big shows like UFC, PFL, something like that. Do a show in Alabama. I know they haven't in the past because the commission. There was like a Dothan show years ago, but now that the commission, I know they don't want to go because of the commission, but I think the since John and them have taken over, I think it's improved drastically. Like, those guys have been awesome toward me anyway.
Yeah, me
Um,
too.
and we got guys popping up on like bigger shows now, like Trevor, AFC vet, um, James Adcock, Bellator, Christian Eccles, Bellator. Uh, One of my best friends and training partners, Bear Hill, just got a huge win in bare knuckle BKFC. So I definitely see like a lot more local guys popping up on the big stages. I think it's headed in the right direction. Like, it could always be better, but
Yes, sir.
it's definitely improved.
It has been an improvement. Sky, we're getting closer to wrapping up. I'm not going to keep you all day. I know you've been super, super professional waiting around on us, man. My apologies on the confusion on the time and things like that. Boom, boom. 1 second, 1 second. I had a question before I start wrapping up. I want to get it right. 1 second, 1 second. How do you see the fight going on the 30th, and why should people tune in and watch? Well, it's the day before Labor Day. You know, you've got a whole bunch of hardworking people that are gonna, spend their money. They're getting a little bit of time off work. Why should they come out to Rainsville and watch you fight on the 30th?
Because I'd always put on a banger because we're gonna get a referee in Alabama that lets us fight. Like, uh, I, I, I don't ever have a fight that's not exciting. And like it's either going to be a quick win for me, or we're going to go at it. You don't have to worry about me going out there and tapping out. If that choke gets set in, then at least you're going to get to see somebody go to sleep. Like there's Cody goes out to throw banger fights. I go out to throw banger fights. Like, from what I've seen, the card is packed. Heck, you've got a nice place to throw it. Like, and my mom has only been to one other one of my fights, and I did not throw a punch in that fight. I put the guy to sleep in less than a minute. So my mom's coming for one more. So if the mom is watching, what do you think it's going to be like?
Yes, sir. Gotta scrap it out. Cody, same question to you, man. It's the day before Labor Day. Everyone's gearing up for the weekend, man. They can sit home. They can do this. They can go go out to eat. They can watch football. Why should they come out and see you fight on August 30th? Why should they come see that fight on August 30th at the DeKalb County Schools Coliseum?
Well, this whole fight card is like absolutely stacked. We got multiple Bellator vets. We got people on the UFC radar. Every fight, there's no like smash matches on this card. It's like every fight is like really well matched, like opponent versus opponent, or like real similar skill set. As far as my fight goes, I feel like style wise, me and Sky are one of the hardest fights to like hardest matchups. Like we kind of neutralize each other, so it's like a guaranteed banger. Um, like my prediction for the fight, I guess is just victory. I'm not really. Neither one of us are coming in to lose, so I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to win, but I definitely plan on bringing another gold belt back to Huntsville. But it's going to be a banger either way.
Yes, sir. Scott, what about you? Prediction. I see that
Prediction.
grin, son. Give us one. Give us one.
I
Put it out there, big dog. Let's get it.
I don't want to give up my ways to win now. I'm just gonna say it's gonna be a banger. Like I see a victory. Yeah, I'm coming for that belt. Like those belts that you got look amazing. I can't wait to put it on my shelf. I already got a spot for it. So sorry, Cody, you're gonna have to go home without one. But I'm
see.
sure
We'll see.
I'm sure you'll get another chance to get one later. But like I already got a space for it. What can I say? Like we gotta bring back home that belt. Like we're looking forward to it. Like Sam, I really appreciate you actually spending the time and the money to get those really beautiful belts. Like for the fighters, it really means a lot to not have a belt that looks generic or out of a Cracker Jack box.
My phone's about to die. I'm gonna say one thing before I get off real quick. Uh, I already have one pro belt. I had 6 as an AMI. I had every belt in Alabama except for the AFC belt.
Well,
it did die. It did die.
Well, that was perfect timing for that. That was perfect timing.
The
So
AFC belt's a hard belt to get, man. I know he wants it real bad. I know it's a good fight. I know what it is. I know that. I know it's not squash, man. I know who you are, Sky. I know you're a crazy guy. On the way out, I'm gonna let you go after this. Not to cut you off or nothing. I've enjoyed the conversation. I think it's been awesome. I think you've got a lot of lore that sometime we should sit down and talk about the sport in the state and just your story a little bit. I would greatly enjoy that. Do you remember You remember fighting Matt Jones or no?
yeah,
Okay, so you
yeah,
know
I got,
Matt's my cousin.
yeah.
All
That's
right, Matt.
Matt's a good guy.
Yeah, now people around here love their cops, man. They really, really do. I love the police around here, but some of these people, it's like a football team, man. It's like a baseball team. It's like a basketball team. They really, really get behind their law enforcement officers. I know. I'm not putting you on the spot. I know he had asked about maybe walking out with you. Is that a possibility?
That's gonna happen. We're gonna make that happen. So,
I'm
uh,
gonna link y'all on Facebook. That's cool, man. They'll eat that up. They'll love that. Now, what I will say is, do you remember how that fight went exactly, or is it because to me it's a big moment in my life? Like it's just a moment that I saw something crazy. Do you remember or no?
I do. That was a really good fight. I mostly remember I got a highlight on there from my highlight reels where I'd gotten Matt. And Matt doesn't give up anything from anywhere. He'll punch you from anywhere. He punched me from when I was in Mount, and I'd stopped and I was like, all right.
Well, now I'll tell you what I remember. I'll tell you. Do you remember choking him to sleep or no?
No.
Okay, so it gets to this is pre-commission. This is a long time ago, man. I remember this clear as day, clear as crystal. You was fighting my cousin, so I'm rooting hard for my cousin, man. First time I met you, I was 15. They asked me to warm up with you in the back. This is before that. They asked me, your coach asked me to warm up with you in the back. I was a spazzy dude. We didn't have gyms like you've been at that time. We have good gyms here now. But I spazzed out on you, and they were like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing at all, man. I didn't know what a warm up was. I was spazzing." But I remember you was fighting my cousin Matt, and it goes to like the second or third round, and this is verifiable if we can find the video. You choked him to sleep at the end of the round, and he fell asleep, and he was on the ground on his hands and knees doing this number, trying to his body was trying to shake awake, and you pointed at him and you said, "He's asleep, he's asleep, he's asleep." And Jake Harris, he's our announcer. You'll get to see him too. He said a bad word. He said, "Shut up." He takes naps in between rounds. And you said, "What?" And then you went back to your corner. I remember, and I
Yeah.
promise, because he was asleep. I wouldn't have said it that day, but he was asleep, and he knows he was asleep because he gets back to the corner and he goes, "What happened? Are we still fighting? Is the fight over?" And Jake goes, "Shut up!" And he poured water on him. He goes, "Y'all are still fighting?" He's like, "Oh, what's going on, man?" No, you're a nasty dude, man. You're a heck of an athlete. I really, really do believe you're a pioneer in the state, and I think the pioneers in our state need to get their flowers all the time. I think they should be patted on the back for what they've done. I think it's come a long way, and I think you've played a huge part in that. And I think it's awesome. I'm super stoked to have you on the card, Sky, and just looking forward to watching, man. I've got most of my guys early, and then I get to kind of put on the suit again and sit back and watch all y'all, and I'm very excited about it, man, and I appreciate you.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for having me on the card. I really appreciate it. Thanks for that story. I remember that now. And Matt's a great guy. Like, was really respectful, nice opponent, and that's what I like. Like, I I at this point in my career don't fight anybody that I don't like. So it's an honor to be fighting Cody. He's not only a great fighter but a great person, and really respected by his community. He just a really good dude. Every time that I've talked to him has been really respectful. He's been a nice guy. So I really loving to go out there and show my full skill set, and I'm out here still trying to get better. Let me throw a quick shout out before I go
Please.
to Jason Jimenez and MMA Masterminds right here in Pinellas Park. Jason has been doing so much to help me get ready for this fight. I don't look at any tape on guys, as he's been doing all the studying for me. He's been doing everything to help me get ready. So big shout outs to them, and Rudy over there at MMA Masterminds as well. Like helping get me through the rounds. So I'm completely ready for this fight. And then real quick shout out to one of my best friends is going to be up there to be my corner. Clyde Stromas, like, thank you for coming up there and cornering me. But yeah, that's it, man. And we definitely got to get on a podcast some other time to just tell all the stories, because we didn't even get into when I fought in BKB or what was BYB back, or yeah, BYB back then, and fighting the first bare knuckle in Florida.
Crazy.
Like,
And you fought on a cruise ship, right?
it didn't happen on a cruise ship. It was I signed thinking that it was going to be totally legal because it's out in the ocean on a cruise ship. Like, loophole, baby. The cruise ship went. You can read about this in Rolling Stone. I got my picture in Rolling Stone twice with this article. But last second, the cruise ship canceled. So they had us do it in a warehouse in Hialeah. We drove out there in blacked out vans. Like, someday we're going to have to do a thing where the whole story on that, because that was crazy.
I would love to run that, man. I'll run that crazy in the ground. I love that. I really, really do want to do that. I think we can have some good. I got it. I think we can have some good chats for sure, man. I think it'd be a really good time, and I'm looking forward to this one. But I for sure want to sit down and have that conversation. I'm gonna link you up with Matt. I think that'll be super cool for him. I know I've been trying to reel him back in, but he's policing now. It's hard to get him in. I think it'll probably mean the world to him to get to be a part of it. He seemed very excited, and I just appreciate this guy. I'm looking forward to seeing it, man.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. All the fans out there, come out, support, be there live. If you've never come to a live fight, there's nothing like it live. You've seen it on TV. The excitement in the building is absolutely electric. Come out. Like the card, as far as I've seen, looks incredible. The house is going to be packed. I really appreciate you. I know that from throwing the shows myself for so long, like, promoting is a labor of love. Like, when you're doing inexpensive tickets like you're doing, then like, it takes a lot of people through the door to make up that $30,000. So I appeal to the commission to bring those expenses down. It shouldn't cost more than $10,000 to have an event. Like, it's just crazy that it's that expensive. Like, bring the amount that it costs to have shows in Alabama down, and we can really blow up the sport in Alabama. And with that, if you're coming to the show, people, bring some people with you. Like, everybody is a promoter now too. Like, if you love the sport, give back by bringing somebody to the sport, especially somebody who's never seen it. If somebody's never seen a fight, bring them to the fight. Like, it's going to be an awesome event. It's definitely worth it.
Hey, man, brother, incredibly well said and greatly appreciated.
All right, Sam. All right, I'm out of here.
Heck yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna let you off so you ain't gotta sit through sponsor stuff, man. We're gonna thank all these people that made it possible and things like that. I'll let you go. Thanks so much for being so pro and waiting on me, okay?
No problem. Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, see you, brother. Have a great day. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye.
See you, buddy. Man, wild. All right. So first and foremost, first sponsor, first guy that makes it possible, my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I was out there living in the world kind of crazy. Without him, none of this would have happened again. There's been a whole lot of people that he's put around me that wanted to make this happen again. So without him, it doesn't happen. My wife agreed to it. She's been praying about it. She's been doing a ton of work. It's just, without God, it never would have happened. We're about to have an amazing show, and it's all thanks to to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Because I was out, I was gone, I sold everything. I had no cage, no gloves, no nothing. Now we got the biggest, nicest, prettiest cage in the state. Y'all have some videos out soon. We got the prettiest belts in the state because of God. We got some super nice gloves. We got beautiful ring girls. God put everything back in. He put it all back in and then some. It's been beautiful. That being said, we want to thank the Willow Tree in Henniger. We want to thank Williams Fence Company. They did a whole bunch of work on that cage, a bunch. They made that fencing look super, super nice. We want to thank Barnett Construction, Newmarket, Alabama. We want to thank Shaw Painting. We want to thank Twilly Tree Service. Twilly Tree Service paid for that cage. Shaw Painting painted that cage. Not only did they donate money to the cause to bring a great event to town, but they put physical labor into it. Boom, boom, boom. It's a lot. We're blessed. I'm not a rich man. We got super blessed. We want to thank His Place out of Opelika, Alabama. If you've got any kind of addiction issues, that's who you call. Call them. His Place and what's the name of and Hosanna Home, an amazing group of people. We want to thank Twin City Used Cars. We want to thank Washington Ready. We want to thank the Alabama National Guard, the DeKalb Farmers Co-op, Safe Solutions Plus LLC, Ross and Pools, Hogan's Wrecker Service and Garage Company LLC, Rainsville Police Department, the City of Rainsville, Scooters in Scottsboro, Scooters, Sports and Grill, Impact Mouth Guards, Riggs Appliance in Fort Payne and Scottsboro, Fort Payne Jiu-Jitsu and Self-Defense, the Fire Plug in Albertville, DeKalb County Schools Coliseum, Carl's Tire Center LLC, the Veteran Tickets Foundation. Man, we give tons of tickets away to veterans because we just love to support our veterans and get them in the building and let them have a great time. Because without them, we don't have a free country to do it in. We want to thank their Vet Ticks on Facebook. We want to thank Mountain Amusements and Rentals and my spot, Backyard Kickboxing and Jiu-Jitsu in Henniger. I did not plan that. Man, come out to the show. We're spending a chunk of change, $30,000. Without these sponsors hopping on like they did, none of it would have been possible. It would not have been possible to even start. God put these people in my life and said, hey, man, go talk to them. Get a chip on your shoulder and go start making things happen. And we did. And we just are. And God's put his hands on it, really made this big, crazy, amazing thing. I'm not a Bible thumper, just not. I don't read my Bible near as much as my wife does. If she was on here, she would read you a whole bunch of stuff from the Bible, and she can quote it to you back and forth. And she's amazingly close to the Lord, and I'm so blessed that she is, because she has put a bug in his ear and said, hey, man, let him get back to doing this. Tickets are on sale now. Pay-per-views on sale now. We got a couple more interviews. We're going to do one more interview today. We'll get some next week. I can't wait for the show. I truly can't wait. You can't fake passion. I can't fake it. I can't fake it. There's nothing I love on this earth more than this sport besides the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ and my family. I got a whole bunch of guys training super hard in Henniger. I know everyone that we've had on this card is training. They train at real gyms. They train at real hardworking gyms. They ain't cutting them air conditioners on. They enjoying that summer heat. They really, really getting to work and doing what it takes to be the greatest fighter in the world. It's crazy. I can't wait. I can tell you till I'm blue in the face how good the card is, how good the AFC is, how great I think we are. But until you see it for yourself, man, you'll never feel nothing like it. All you got to do is show up. We've done all the work for you. You ain't got to be drunk, high. You don't need no energy drink. You don't need nothing. We got everything you need right in one place in the most beautiful venue in the country, in the most beautiful cage in the state. And maybe the country once y'all see this thing. Super beautiful, super blessed. Also, thank you, Tina Collins. Thank you, Byron Haynes. And thank you, Marcus Spurlock. They also donated time and effort to putting that cage together, getting it nice and pretty and shined up. Thank you to Tyson Allen also for helping me get that cage nice and pretty and shined up. Pictures coming soon. We just simply cannot wait. I'm trying to find the camera to look at you in your face. Buy those tickets, man. Buy the tickets. We can do a whole bunch of big stuff with the sport. We really can. I'm a small town guy without a whole lot of money to my name. But if we all team up and get together, we can do big shows in Alabama. We can do big shows in Tennessee. We can do big shows in Georgia. We can do big shows anywhere that we decide we want to go. We can do a really, really big thing, but it takes you, the fans, buying those tickets, coming out and enjoying yourselves. We greatly appreciate you spending your hard-earned money on us. We know you can take it anywhere else in the world, but we think it's in really good hands when you come and see us. Have a great day, man. God bless y'all. I'll see you in a minute.